Hey everyone, Twisted here with the Opener Sorcery, and we're going to go ahead and talk now about angels and archangels, very generally and very simply. Now, I just want to go ahead before I do so. This probably isn't going to be a long video, but just to give some context as to why I'm going ahead and doing this video, and actually the previous individual one I did about thought forms is that when the first episode released the first video about the origins of the opener sorcery and Archangel Uriel, one person, they know who they are, gave feedback about something that you guys should have covered was just archangels generally speaking, or angels generally speaking, and what designates those, and just get into that sort of thing. Now, granted, the opener sorcery isn't just about angels and archangels or anything like that. That episode was about delving into what, is the background, the backbone of here, the lore. But, I figured, why not? Why not get to it? Why not just simply generally explain it? So, with all that aside, let's get into angels and archangels. And I definitely recommend going ahead and listening or watching the Thoughtforms video so you can get these comparisons I'm about to make. So, generally put, using that Thoughtform model, we can go ahead and look at angels themselves as servitors or servitor level consciousnesses of thought forms, right? They have particular tasks that they go ahead and accomplish, and their level of perception doesn't necessarily allow for them to have much free will, if at all, right? And truth be told, I could go into different hierarchies of angels, but I have not done so. I'll allow you guys to do that on your own time if you wish to delve into that, because there's a lot of sort of semantics when it comes to that. But in any case, I will go ahead and denote the example of the 72 angels of the Shem HaMephorash that, go ahead and you can call upon them individually, but usually when it comes to traditional Western magic, they're utilized in what is called the Shem operation, which is a advanced ritual that is, through the old Western magical tradition. So by old, I mean within the past 500 years or so. The purpose of it is to help one ascend and crystallize their aura and become more so spiritually in tune with the divine, to eventually go ahead and reach conversation with your holy guardian angel and be able to evolve spiritually, to then be able to break the reincarnation cycle, the wheel samsara, whatever sort of thing you want to refer to it as. But back to the part about the Shem HaMephorash themselves, you can call on one of them, such as Lavelle, who I have worked with a couple times, I believe. And you can call on them for a particular singular task, a simple task, and they will accomplish it. They'll accomplish it effectively. They pretty much have tunnel vision. And yeah, honestly, I really don't gotta delve much into it. It's pretty plain and simple. Now, onto archangels, right? So, referencing Archangel Uriel, who was mentioned in the first pilot episode, right? But not only Archangel Uriel, there's many different archangels amongst various different traditions, whether it be Abrahamic, like the Judeo-Christian and Islamic traditions, whether it be even Eastern traditions, such as Hinduism, such as Buddhism, positively regarded, different sorts of entities and thought forms. And, also in a Western sense, when it comes to, say, even Greco Roman thought, or even Egyptian. Now, I will go ahead and take this moment to note that the term angel comes from the Greek word angelos, which means messenger. As simple, it's a similar sort of thing when it comes to how demons originate from daemon, as well in the Greek language. But, daemons are seen as more so neutral or even positive as opposed to just singularly negative. And likely I'll go ahead and talk about in another video. But just to go ahead and talk about archangels themselves, right? So if angels are a servitor level of consciousness, very simple, they're going to go ahead and take on a task and don't necessarily have much free will. Archangels can be seen as having an egregore thought form level of consciousness and development and have some free will of their own, even potentially rivaling that of humans. And one could even argue, potentially even that to a god form level, depending on which one you're talking about and your interactions and level of sensory awareness and detecting, hey, how conscious or how expansive is the consciousness of an entity or a thought form, you know? And to name some examples of archangels, obviously there's the three mentioned in the canonical Bible of Michael, Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. There's Azrael, who actually we've done a video on beforehand. There's Nathaniel. There's Haniel. There's Zavkael, Zadkael. There's Cassiel. There's Raziel. And I can just keep on listing names. Oh, before I forget, shout out to Sandalphon. Shout out to Metatron. But yes, plenty of different archangels that you can work with for different reasons, and they will more so have a developed consciousness, more so of a free will, freedom of action. They're going to be more so complex and have more developed personas, like I said, similar to that of a human. But yeah, that was pretty much all I wanted to go ahead and address, was just the general sorts and means of angels and archangels and how we can go ahead and try to understand them in some way, shape, or form. So, with that having been said, this is Twist with Open Resorcery, and stay frosty, Neguses. Peace.